DH left me early this morning. That's it. Really took his credit card and went. Wouldn't tell me if he was coming back. Refused to take his mobile, told me to tell the kids what I wanted. Thanks. We had a row a couple of days ago. See my contribution to my husband is ***T thread, which had been simmering. But I know not enough to end up like this. He went to WOL yesterday, but I thought he would do what he normally does when we argue. Turn up in the early hours. Sleep it off. Then we woodle talk and sort it out. This time he was adamant he wasn't staying. Didn't want to know. He said it is obvious he don't love him and have wanted to leave him for a long time. He wasn't going to listen. He didn't care anymore. He wouldn't take his phone and he wouldn't tell me where he was going. Yes, I have 4 kids. And I don't drive. No one really nearby to help out. Apart from a single mum who has 3 kids and 3 jobs of her own to worry about. Spacer Donkey is off to Italy tomorrow. School to walk is an hour round trip, at least 2 hospital appointments for DS2 this week as well. He works from home. It isn't Thailand. It may be a lot of other things, but it isn't that. And he took a duvet, so I think he is planning on sleeping in the car. He never talks to Nyon about his problems, apart from me, so I would be very surprised if he went to see a friend. Plus his best mate is Spacer Donkey's boyfriend. So he wouldn't go there. No, I kept the kids off today. I didn't think they would be settled in school. Maybe tomorrow. The car thing is tricky, as we don't actually own it, it's my bills. And DH is a driver on his insurance. We tax and MOT it and take care of repairs, etc. So there isn't really anything I can do about that. I'm trying not to tell my family anything yet about this. Have no cash in the house either, thanks. We had a row a couple of days ago. See my contribution to my husband is ***T thread, which had been simmering. But I know not enough to end up like this. He went AWOL yesterday, but I thought he would do what he normally does when we argue. Turn up in the early hours. Sleep it off, then we woodle talk and sort it out. This time he was adamant he wasn't staying. Didn't want to know. He said it is obvious I don't love him and have wanted to leave him for a long time. He wasn't going to listen. He didn't care anymore. He wouldn't take his phone and he wouldn't tell me where he was going. Yes, I have 4 kids. And I don't drive. No one really nearby to help out. Apart from a single mum who has 3 kids and 3 jobs of her own to worry about. Spacer Donkey is off to Italy tomorrow. School to walk is an hour round trip, at least 2 hospital appointments for DS2 this week as well. He works from home. It isn't Thailand. It may be a lot of other things, but it isn't that. And he took a duvet, so I think he is planning on sleeping in the car. He never talks to Nyon about his problems, apart from me, so I would be very surprised if he went to see a friend. Plus his best mate is Spacer Donkey's boyfriend. So he wouldn't go there. No, I kept the kids off today. I didn't think they would be settled in school. Maybe tomorrow. The car thing is tricky, as we don't actually own it, it's my bills. And DH is a driver on his insurance. We tax and MOT it and take care of repairs, etc. so there isn't really anything I can do about that. I'm trying not to tell my family anything yet about this. Have no cash in the house either. I can't drive, Miss D. I am epileptic. Have spoken today to Spacer Donkey, and I have one friend in the village. But Luque said she is a single parent with 3 kids and 3 jobs. So, my sister, but I really don't want to involve her. ATM. Thanks, Blue. It was his idea for me to go to Thailand. I was trying to accept that I couldn't. He came home and said I deserved Togo for supporting him over the years. Now I have never been interested in him or his work and have never been supportive. That's a hard one, Jampots. He is a difficult man, but I love him and he has until now been a fantastic dad. I guess the fact that I keep breaking down in tears shows I want him back. But I don't want it to be for convenience sake. I swim. I don't think my sister would forgive him, which is why I am trying to see what happens over the next few days before I announce it. I would, but I am 40 miles away with no one to watch kids. It could well be Blue, but he doesn't like talking. It's comparable to getting blood out of a stone. Certainly in the past he has made it clear I am not to mention any problems where have ADHD to anyone else. I do, of course, or else I would burst. But I have to make sure he doesn't know. He dropped the wheelchair to me before he went sponge. KS. Thanks. Could you call me? If you could get me to a cash point, that would be a help. Thanks, Obino. Not helped by the fact his mum has breast cancer, and she or the rest of her family didn't tell you him, and he found out over a year later through his father, who divorced her years and years ago. He emailed her trying to bury the hatchet, and she hasn't replied. Well, she did once, just giving the facts. But when he replied saying she was still his mum, whatever happened, she blanked him. Again, hasn't mentioned it at all, but I bet it is an underlying factor as well. KSISNT. Too far away from me, always good. KS. Sorry I had to cancel coffee today, at least it was original. KS is coming in about half an hour, so I ahv to go and get ready. Thanks for listening. Thank you all for your messages. KS has arrived on her trusty steed, and has taken me into town. So I now have cash for emergencies. Have given her a cup of tea in return for me gratefulness. Need to find a plumber now as my toilet is backing up. DH used to fix it himself. Timing, eh? I will tell her when I know what is happening myself. I just don't want to while I have so little info. I know I am talking to him now. Toilet is the recurrent problem and needs rodding. It's somewhere en route to the main pipe. Thanks all. Yes. Sorry DH. Not local plumber, he is here. And we're talking. He said he woke up this morning and felt dreadful about the situation he had left me and the kids in. He has finally admitted that he is hurt by the way his mum has treated him. Yet again, and more affected by the tsunami than he has admitted. He is worried about me going for my safety, and the fact that he is insecure enough to think I might swan off with the first decent offer. I told him to stop putting ideas in my head. He is going to stay and we are going to try and work it out. I have to admit I didn't realize he was feeling this bad. As I have been so caught up in myself, and I should have been more aware. But hopefully we can chat some more when the kids are asleep and work out a way forward through this mess. Thank you all so much. I cannot even begin to tell you how much I appreciate every single one of your comments. Fingers crossed. The relationship with his mother was so destructive to him, it's why we cut off contact from her 18 meters ago. But despite that, he truly thought that her cancer would be something that could transcend that. Knowing her, I was really worried that he would once again be victim to her heartlessness. And I have seen that come to fruition. I wish she cared about the effects she had on him, but I think she derives some sort of pleasure from it. This is the woman who stood at Gatwick Airport and told him to his face that he was not her son. He wrote to her about her cancer, and as she had asked about the tsunami, he told her what happened, and how DS1 was about 3 feet from being washed away at one point, and she couldn't be bothered to reply. Doesn't mean he is going to stick around though. We will have to see what happens. He is going to be here while I go away, though it is only him. She is like this too. She has other children, she has been like it all his life. And certainly the whole time I have known him. Thanks again. We have talked about me going to Thailand. We both want me to still do it. I think it would be good, because apart from the fact I am V strong ATM and need to get myself better to help myself and him, it will do use good to have a proper think about what we want out of our relationship. It has been particularly shit since November. A huge fit by me in the beginning of November. One of his close friends dying in the middle of November. Another big fit from me the night before we flew to Thailand. Tsunami, breast cancer, housing wrangles. I guess it is all taking its toll. I don't think that his mum has replied simply because I know her too well. She has almost finished her treatment, and says herself she is feeling much better. It will be purely down to the fact that she doesn't care anew about him. And he knows that. Moo. Don't worry about anything you said. There was nothing in it I could disagree with. He just told me another interesting fact which may explain a bit more towards his fears for me going away. Hazard, when he was a kid, his mum used to take him on holiday every summer with the other sibs, but without her DH's stepfather, and without fail she would have an affair with someone while away, making no attempt to hide the fact from him. In fact, he said he used to put pillows over his head to stop hearing him going at it. I guess he worries I am the same type. But 17 years together should tell him I am not. He has had counseling in the past, as have I. And for both of us it has the opposite effect to what we want to achieve. So for now I don't think this will be an option. Although I have asked him to think about it, as it could be better this time round. The kids are delighted to have him back. Actually went AWOL yesterday afternoon, but came back in the early hours to say he was off. When the kids were in bed, and DS1 cried himself to sleep asking for his daddy. So now he is in the boys' room making up scary stories at their request for bedtime. Hopefully later we can talk. If we haven't fallen asleep, as I think we both feel so drained today. Should say I'm not V strong ATM. It's because he tried to talk to her, but she said he was Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.